Speaking of wonderful ladies, I love the colorful red. Yeah, we'll have you play musical chairs here. Jessica will have you coming in on this too. You know what's coming up? Gung Hee Fa Choi, Gung Hee Fa Choi, Gung Hee Fa Choi. Chinese New Year is coming up January 25th, and it's going to be at the Maui Mall, kicking it all off at 9 in the morning. And it's going till 2 in the afternoon, and it's going to be wonderful. And you know what? If I have to take a picture, so colorful because there is this. I love taking pictures, because it's very colorful and bright, and everything about the lion and the colors and the energy is so exciting. When you go to these events at the Maui Mall, you definitely want to take pictures, right?
Right.
Let me get it, Mike, a little closer. What's your name?
Okay, I'm Sara Shim. I'm the chairwoman for the festival for 21 years. We've been doing it.
Oh,
this
how
is our
wonderful.
21st year. Yeah.
21 years of wonderful, wonderful Chinese New Year's. And I'm a rat, and I have to say I never enjoyed being a rat, but it is my year, and I am learning how to love my inner rat. It takes a while, but I mean, everyone says, "Oh, the rat's a good thing." I said, "Yeah, but it's a rat still." I mean, they're going to be doing stamps, right? I went down at the post office. I said, "When are your stamps?" And I said, "Do I want a rat on my stamp?" But yes, a rat is actually a good thing, right?
Yeah, it's really cute too. Our
Oh, it
poster
is cute.
really
You got a
This
cute
for
one.
you.
Well, he kind of looks like a mouse, but
Yeah,
he's a friendly rat. I
Okay.
could love this rat. Thank you. So tell me what you're going to be doing on the 25th.
On the 25th, we're going to have, at the Maui Mall, we're going to have Alaka'i Paleka as our MC, and she will be introducing everyone for us. We'll have Corey Williams. He does his Tai Chi demo and sword demo. Then we're going to...
Is that right at the beginning, the sword demo?
Yes. Mm-hmm. He's opening it for us.
That's wonderful. I used to know the sword form. I knew and it's not easy to learn. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there, and so that's exciting to start with that. I'm going to go Facebook Live if that's it, because you're so colorful and bright.
And then we're going to be... the mayor is supposed to be there to welcome, or his representative. Councilwoman Yukile Sugimura is going to be there, and she chaired this for a long time, too.
Oh, yeah.
She assisted. And then we're having the Maui Chinese Martial Arts Academy, because they're bringing in their lion, and the owner is Kathy Kachugal, and we're having her Sifu, Arlie Arsiu, assist her this year.
Sifu's the teacher.
Yes,
Yeah.
the teacher. Then we have a Keiki Chinese Attire Contest that's really popular.
That's very, very, very popular. Yeah, and that, you know what, and it's so cute. I mean, so do the kids enter when they're there? Can they come down and enter that day, or do they have to sign up ahead of time?
Yes, from 9 o'clock we'll take registration. Well, the first 35 keiki will have a special prize. We're going to have...
It's based on what? Authenticity? Is it based on colors?
Authenticity, traditional Chinese attire.
So where did some of these families already have the traditional Chinese attire? Or where do they go
they do.
They do, yeah?
Like my grandchildren, I buy them every year Chinese outfits, and they really get excited when they're wearing it.
Where do you get it from?
I order them from China, or I bring it in from China when I'm there.
Seriously? So it's real authentic, right? And is the favorite color for Chinese New Year red?
Yes, it's a good luck color.
It's a good color, like you are. Good luck. You're very good luck. You're very good luck. I love the color red, actually. See, I just did my nails in red. See? For Chinese. Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Red and sparkly.
And then we're having, we're going to teach the children to make ribbons, and we're going to teach them how to do the Chinese ribbon dance.
Oh, these are long, long dancing ribbons. Like
right.
You actually, do you hold those on a stick? Is that what that's
on a
done?
stick, right. We're going to teach them the dance, and they're going to perform on stage, the kids that want to.
So right there that day they learn and go on stage.
Right, it's really fast.
Are there lots of different colors of the ribbons?
Yes.
Wow, it's nice.
It's very pretty.
You know, I always think of, the only time I think of ribbons like that is May Day. You know, when you do the maypole, right? You do the maypole.
Exactly.
But these are almost like flags. You feel like you hold them like almost like a flag, right?
Right. And there's
but you actually wave them?
Wave it around.
Yeah. And you try not to get entangled.
Right.
Or step on it.
That's
right.
Then we're going to, while all of that is happening, there is a booth contest that's going to be judged throughout the day.
Well, we got a lot of people watching on Facebook, and if you're just watching in on Facebook, we're talking about Chinese New Year, Gong Hei Fa Choi, January 25th at the Maui Mall, and it's going to be a wonderful celebration. And we're talking to the woman in charge of the whole event, and have been for how many years again?
We've been doing it for 21 years, my husband and I.
Wow. That's just wonderful. So do you find that people actually learn a lot about their heritage at these events?
They really do. We're really lucky because we're having a Nahoku Hano Award winner, Erhu player. Erhu is a Chinese fiddle.
Who's playing that?
She's going to be playing. Her name is Sun Hui Hung, and she won a hoku before. And then we're going to be ending with firecrackers and a demo.
Right about 1 o'clock, maybe?
Yep, around 1.
And the lion?
The lion is going to open up the ceremony at 10.
At 10?
And it's going to close it out at 2.
Oh, so 2 opportunities. And can people feed the lion?
Yes, we'll have envelopes ready for them to feed the lion with their lisi.
Where does that tradition come from?
Way back in China, grandparents used to give their single grandchildren money.
That was their way.
And everybody looked forward to it. Yes.
So they get the money, and then they'd run out and do feeding the lion.
They give them money to feed the lion, but they also give them an envelope for themselves to spend.
Oh, okay, great. And if you feed the lion, what's the tradition? It brings you good luck?
Brings you good luck for the year. It brings you blessing. If you have a store, you come out, you get the blessing, you take it back in. You're supposed to have a good year. The year of the rat is a good year for business and finances.
Well, that's what I've heard. I'm trying to think of everything positive about the rat. As I told you, I'm a rat. So I'm trying to I'm really trying to love the rat, which, no, it's hard. You know? I think I would have liked to have been a horse. I know. I like horses, you know. Horses are more lovable than rats. I'm sorry, but everyone says, no, you want to be, rats are good. They're industrious, they work hard, they're loyal, right?
Right, they're loyal. Yeah, very loyal.
Very loyal. And they'll do anything to get that cheese.
And this is a busy year. Families believe that this is a busy year.
Why?
Because the rat is so full of vitality, moves fast, wants things to be done.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a lot of things done in school, in work, whatever your endeavor is.
So explain to people why and how you decide when the actual Chinese New Year is. Because some people remember it's sometimes late in February, sometimes it's middle February. This year it's early, so how do you decide when is Chinese New Year?
It's on the lunar moon. They follow the moon. And so when the moon is at a certain point, that's when they decide that's the day they pick. It changes every year.
It does, yeah.
This year it's early. Next year it'll be back to February.
And so when you do this, it's funny because, you know, this goes beyond people who are watching on Facebook that don't live in Maui don't understand, but it's a huge festival here. It's big as Christmas for some people here.
Right.
It's really taken seriously, and everyone loves and is very happy to participate in this festival. And it's luck, but it's more than that. It is good luck, but it is a celebration of the heritage.
The Chinese tradition, and is what we're trying to convey to the community, and show our what we do.
Well, for those that may not know it, my gosh, this island has an amazing heritage of Chinese history, and it goes up to, sometimes you can see it if you go up into Kula,
right?
Because in Kula, there was this amazing community that would gather there, and including Sun Yat-sen.
Correct.
Going back to that, he lived here for years, right?
Right, and he used my temple. I have a temple in Keiki.
Is that temple up on the hill there?
King.
I've gone by there. I've wanted to go in. That's your temple?
Yes, my family temple, and so we have a whole display of Sun Yat-sen's, while he was living here, his picture, his brother's farm. Because he used our building to do his overthrow.
Do you have any pictures of when he was there?
Yes, we do.
Oh, my gosh, how historic are those pictures. When was the Sun Yat-sen down the road, the park made with the statues of him?
We did that one in 1989.
Beautifully done with the lions right at the front, and the statue was gorgeous.
Right. My husband was head of the Chinese Cultural Society and the Chinese Club when they started that park, and they took care of it, and now we turned it over to the County of Maui.
Well, it's a very, very special place. I always like going up there and wandering around. It has a very special feel to it.
Yes, it does.
There's an energy up there that's very united. How did Sun Yat-sen land up in Maui?
His brother was here. His brother owned a farm in Keokea. His brother was Sun Mei. And it's right on the front of the park is Sun Mei's ranch. It's now owned by Haleakala Ranch.
That was his
Yeah,
ranch.
and just last year I walked the grounds. It's really pretty over there.
It is. Beautiful view.
Yes,
Beautiful.
and so he used to visit his brother. His brother sent him to school on Oahu, Iolani, and Punahou. And so he would come home. And when he came home, there was a parade in Keokea all the time.
Oh, really?
So we have a book called Upcountry Keokea, and it tells you all about how people would gather. A lot of my relatives gathered there because they're all from that area.
Including the store there, right?
Yeah,
The
Fong.
store?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my mother-in-law was a Fong, so
Yeah.
she was part of that
That store that's still
family.
there.
Yes, my cousin runs it right now.
A lot of history. A lot of history there that really shaped Kula.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
it was called Chinatown.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
It was originally called Chinatown,
It's funny. I just said to someone, we don't have a Chinatown on Maui.
and that was Chinatown. And that's why we have
had
a
little
church.
stores and things other than Fong's.
Stores, the theater was there
I didn't know you had
next to Fong's. And the church, St. John's, was founded by the Shim Yin Chin, a Chinese Episcopal minister.
I had no idea.
Yes, they brought him over to teach Chinese, but he got ordained in Hawaii. So
Well, when you go back to the history also, I mean, the work that was done on the aqueducts, if you ever get a chance, and I would love to, I almost walked the whole path back. You have to go down and around sometimes to go along all the aqueducts out to Hana, along the Hana Highway. The work that was done was so amazingly done. This was 120 years ago. And they're still functioning. These were built with tunnels and many Chinese died doing the
by
work.
hand.
Yes, all by hand and done by gravity, without computers, without any of that. And the slave labor, basically, because they were just basically getting hardly anything to do that amazing work that still, after all these years, exists, is just almost miraculous. To me, that's almost a miracle when you go out and see the work that was done on the aqueducts out there, and the waterways still there, all done by hand with those stones.
yeah, even the Kula water line was done by hand.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a relative of ours, he supervised that. The people would go up with donkeys, taking what they need to build the Kula water line
So
to the mountain.
it's a very devoted community, and of course, if you go to Lahaina, there's that lovely, beautiful, historic building. I forget.
Yes, Wohing.
Wohing's that's very old building.
Yes, we're sister temples,
Oh, are you?
so we do things together.
Now, is the temple you have up country in Kula, is it still a functioning temple? Or is
Oh,
it,
yes.
And is what do you practice and what do you do at that temple?
We bring in a monk when we need to. Otherwise, we all
Buddhist?
learn
Is
the
it
rituals.
Buddhist or is
Buddhist.
it-
It is
okay.
Buddhist.
Uh-huh.
It was started around 1912.
Wow.
And we moved the building from about 12 feet from one end to the other.
Uh-huh.
I do all the pictorial history in that building,
Wow.
and I'm on their board. We have a temple altar upstairs, and now that the elders cannot go up the stairs, we have an altar downstairs too.
And do you do talks and meditations? Or
We
what?
do, whoever wants to come, we do tours. If people want to come, it's a historical site.
Yes, it is.
And so I do tours if people want to come. I do school children, educational information for them, and they come up there.
How do people find out more about that?
Well, they can always contact Ching's store because they're associated right there.
So tell me about how you integrate the lessons and the learning into Chinese New Year on February 25th.
Well,
January 25th at the Maui Mall.
well, we will have a ritual table. The ritual table has symbolic foods on it. We have
What are the symbolic foods?
some like nuts. We also have gao. Gao is mochi-like, and it signifies cohesiveness of the family, to bring your family
sticks
together.
together.
It's sticky. It's sticky.
Is sticky rice
Yeah,
big too?
yeah, and you eat that, and your family is supposed to get closer. And we have candied fruits. Some represent
Plum or what kind?
They're like melon,
Oh, melon, yeah.
carrots. They're all caramelized.
I wouldn't have guessed carrots.
Ginger. Mm-hmm.
Really? Now, I've never had the carrot. I've seen the melon. I never knew about the carrots. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have a booth or a table with that?
No, we have a table just to display because the lion has to pay homage to the table as a blessing.
So that's part of the starting.
Part of the starting, and that's every household has that in New Year's, a ritual table.
With the foods?
With foods, fruits on the table. And Hawaii is different because fruits are seasonal.
It's true.
Not like in China, so we use whatever seasonal fruits we can put on our table.
Wow, it's an amazing history. Now, tell me about the photos.
The photo, okay, we're having a photo booth, and Troy Hashimoto usually does it for us. And there's a lion head that I bring out from my temple.
The original, going way back.
Yes, the temple has a lion head. I bring that out, and people can take pictures with it. We also has something that's really good. It's called a Chinese historical photo room, and that's run by Ron Morimoto and Leola. They set it up, and what happens is we put all these old photos, and people come and identify them for us.
Because so you have people come and say, "Oh my gosh, that was my relative there.
That's my grandfather," and they tell us the name, and we can label it because we have all these pictures that the labels fell off over the years.
Wow!
And they get so excited.
I bet, and you must too.
Yeah.
To think that they're actually able to connect with their history there.
Exactly.
Wow. Are people through genealogy finding out more about these things and their relatives?
Oh, yes, definitely. I have several people that tell me, "How did you get my grandfather's picture?" Or "Where did it come from?" But over the years, I have accumulated. People have given me pictures. My temple has a lot of pictures from history that we're putting out so people can identify their family members.
So this is more than Chinese New Year at the Maui Mall. It's a whole heritage. And Jessica's here. And hi, Jessica. So you knew about this. Is really wonderful. Jessica's been helping putting this whole event together here for the Maui Mall, and she's with Gilbert and Associates. And I'm sure, Jessica, you're finding out how amazing it is being involved with this, and this goes way back, and this is a huge responsibility for the Maui Mall, isn't it?
Yeah, the Maui Mall really loves having Chinese New Year there every year. It's really special what they do, and I really love having the, what Sarah was just saying, the heritage photo room. It's exclusive to Maui Chinese heritage, so it's really special for everyone to come and enjoy the heritage that was here for Maui Chinese, and really just learning about the whole tradition of the New Year. There's food and a lot of shopping, vendors, crafts, and it's just going to be a really special event, and anyone is welcome and learn and enjoy.
Well, and you know what, as I talk to you, and I feel very honored to talk to you about this, I've been talking to people and going, well, like I said, we don't have a Chinatown here. Well, obviously, Oahu has a Chinatown, and Oahu has its own Chinese culture, but it's a little different with each island, of course, and there's actually a very deep culture here because of the work that was being done and because of Sun Yat-sen. And what do you see a difference on each island as the Chinese culture and Chinese heritage?
Yes, we do see how different we are. Maui Mall, we click people, so every year we have an increase. So our last one, we had 12,000 people pass through the mall. It's clicked in.
Gosh,
yeah. And so they're so interested in Chinese culture and tradition.
That's amazing, 12,000. You know, it's so interesting, too, because I have friends in Santa Rosa, Sonoma County. There's a Chinese American that runs a Zen center there. But they go back, and I actually went and did a Zen tour of China with them because they wanted to go back to their roots. In Guangzhou, in some areas there, a lot of Chinese left China because there was a terrible, terrible drought and famine, and a lot of people got sick, so they left to go, and a lot of them did go to San Francisco at that point. Yeah. Are you finding some of the people who came here to Maui were from San Francisco to here, or were they coming from China directly to Maui, or do you know?
A lot of the people that came from Guangdong.
There
was a massive amount of Hakkas that came.
That's down south towards Hong Kong almost. Yeah.
And so they came here because they wanted a better life. However, they worked on the plantations, the sugar and pineapple, and then they soon enough became business owners. and just grew. And
Really worked hard.
they
Really worked hard.
There are a few that left their little cues on, those braids in the back.
Yes, yeah.
And that told everyone that I will go home.
Oh, I didn't
That
know that.
signified that
keeping the braid meant you're going to return home.
Yes, those that cut it off knew that they were going to stay.
I had never known that tradition before. That's very, very interesting. And did some of them come without their family, and that's why they left their braid, because they were going to go back to their family after they made some money?
Yes, some of them did leave their families. Even the reverend that started that church, he left his family for 15 years to live in Hawaii, and then called his wife and children to come. And so a lot of them stayed a long time in Hawaii before they could afford to bring their families over.
Well, and we have to remember how long it took to cross from China to Maui is by ship was a huge, long, very hard trip.
It was.
Many died.
Right.
Many died on the way. It was very, very difficult. Did they find that there was some similarity? And I remember being there in southern China. It was kind of like they had water buffalo, but they also had bananas and some tropical feel to it, which is kind of similar to Maui, right?
Right. And then they became farmers, and then they just grew what they grew at home. Before you know it, Maui was known for potatoes. We were way back. We were like the gold rush. And so a lot of it was shipped to the mainland until they started growing it on the mainland too. But Maui was sending all the potatoes that was needed to the mainland. It was,
why did they stop?
Well, because other people around the United States started growing their own, but Maui was known for that.
I love potatoes. I've always wondered why they don't grow potatoes here, and I didn't know that they actually did grow potatoes.
They were known for that. It's documented in books.
So was that part of why they stayed in Kula, because it was good agriculture area up there?
Good agriculture, good soil. You can grow anything in Kula without fertilizing or anything. Even today.
I never put the two and two together there. So, and there was this wonderful community that was very supportive of each other.
Exactly.
And very dedicated. And in your temple, do you still see that support of the community?
Yes. Yes, I see that. And we embrace every race to our temple.
Good.
So our members are from all over the world.
Really? So do you have visitors that come and know about this and have read about this?
Yes.
And do you have people from Taiwan and others that come and want to follow some of the history?
Right, and we open it up for them.
Because when Sun Yat-sen left here, he went back to Taiwan. And what year was that about?
I can't remember what year, but he became the father of China when he left here. His revolution was a success.
Yeah.
A lot of my relatives documented in books that they were supporters of the Sun Yat-sen. At the time, you don't tell people that, but now you can. It's in a book.
Yeah.
And so, like a Fook supermarket, he was one of the top donors in the Sun Yat-sen revolution.
Fook?
Yeah. But now that's my uncle, and so now the market is closed.
But there's still some feeling in, what China is now and what China was thought to be in the vision that Sun Yat-sen had, right? So is there still some of that feeling that goes deep there about the different philosophies and political beliefs of what was then and now?
Yes, there is. And Sun Yat-sen's great-grandson is a member of my temple, so he visits a lot with his mother.
He doesn't live here, though.
He lives on Oahu. He has a home on Maui.
And he comes and he has a home?
So a few years ago, they redid the Iao Valley Chinese plaques. Beautifully
done, yeah.
Yes. And then they did the one in Keokea. They put new plaques there. And then they end up putting the brother, Sunmei, is now there too, a bust of his.
It's an amazing thing. I had no idea that there were living relatives still able to connect with that. Well, it gives me such a deeper understanding of the Chinese culture and the Chinese heritage that really is interwoven with Maui. It's a very deep part of our history here on Maui.
Exactly.
And it's a very proud heritage, right?
We're very proud of our heritage.
And I know I love what they're doing at the Nisei Veterans Memorial Center, which is a great place. And but a lot of times people aren't aware that you have, this historical site also up in Kula, where and it's still a working temple.
Yes.
And people can go to the Maui Mall January 25th And it's a full day, and it is the most authentic experience that you're going to have since you've been doing this. You said some 20 years or something?
Yes, 20. This is the 21st year.
Wow. What do people know? We have a few minutes left, but what do people need to know about this event and your heritage that they may not know about the Chinese heritage on Maui?
That, they can come and see the lion traditional dances. People call it the dragon. It is not a dragon.
I called it the dragon once or twice by mistake. It's a lion, and there's a big difference.
There is a big difference. The dances are different, too. And so this is a lion, and it's a local academy here on Maui, the Maui Chinese Martial Arts Academy.
So this is different from the one, what's his name, that comes from Oahu?
Yes,
the other guy.
it's different from Benson Au, who will be here, too, next month, doing all his traditional dances.
But there's an actual difference.
But we have now a local one, which I'm really glad about.
And there's a lot of work that comes in actually doing this. Basically, the people who are doing it a lot of times really have to be in unison and harmony on this, don't they?
Exactly.
I mean, they can't necessarily see what's going on. They have to all work and move together as one lion, right?
Right. Exactly. Yes.
Is it the honor to be at the head of the lion? Because that's the most important part, right?
It is an honor because you're being fed the red envelopes.
Right.
And it's really cute. They're really nice, and they play with the people that give them an envelope, too.
So when you go to the Maui Mall on January 25th at 9, do you sign up at one particular table to get the envelopes?
When you sign up for the Children's Attire Contest, they'll have envelopes there, and they will give out to anybody who wants the envelopes. Yes.
For people who want to find out more about this, is there any particular information that you have on your site and your particular events and what you do there that they can go to find out more?
Well, we have posters all over the island right now.
They're nice posters. Okay, I'm going to show those posters. Here is the poster, picture of the poster.
Yes.
Very nice.
And it's on Facebook, too. We have a poster there, too.
What's your Facebook site?
It's, I have a Facebook person that takes care of that, so I couldn't share that one.
There'll be one on Maui Mall, too.
There'll be on
Maui Mall Facebook event page.
Wonderful. Well, I'm going to finish the Facebook Live up, and that was nice. You had a lot of people watching that from all around the world. So that's always nice, right?
Yes.
So, no, I mean, I it's funny because I was talking to Jessica here, and she was trying to organize all this, and she put it together. And I have to thank you, Jessica, because I know how busy you both are. But I learned so much today, and it was really fascinating. I've always been interested in the Chinese history because of the Zen Center and having been to China and knowing a little bit, having been to China many years ago. That was back in 79.
There's a lot of changes.
They were all bicycles then. There were hardly any cars unless they were government, right? So do you go back sometimes to China?
Oh, yes. I was going every year up to 4 years ago.
Wow, yeah.
Because I have family there.
Quite a few changes. Well, it's been an honor to have you on. I'm really, really excited. Again, it's Chinese New Year, Gong Hei Fa Chai, the Year of the Rat, January 25th at the Maui Mall from 9 a.m. to 2:30. I'll take a picture of this and you and put that also up on Facebook. And it's always a treat to see you. I'm so happy to see you, Jessica. Thank you for organizing this whole thing.
Thank you so much, Cindy. We're so happy to be here and talk about the Chinese New Year.
And we're going to honor and love our inner rat, folks. If you're a rat, too, you know what I'm saying. So you got to love the rat. Aloha.